Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. I'm on location here in the Bahamas. It's Bahamian bad boy Dave Neal over here, just taking a break from the beach because it's sweltering hot out there. And your boy, as much as I like a good base tan, is incinerated. All right, speaking of getting incinerated, Demi got torched online yesterday and today for her job posting. She says in her response today, "I'm not a monster," which is what every villain says. I'm not a monster, but I believe her. We're going to break it down. Look, I know it's easy when people are influencers and have money, you can rip them apart, but maybe out of touch job listing, or at least sharing too many expectations. I'm not sure. Let's just read the job listing she posted. She's looking for an assistant, and some people got very upset. And by some people, this is like chum in the water. Bunch of sharks came out. Over 1,000 comments on Reddit. People just roasting Demi for her high expectations as she has them here. But of course, look, I give people the benefit of the doubt. We've been there. I've met Demi. She's a really, well-meaning person, good sense of humor. She's talked a lot this year about everything from her sexuality to talking about finding out she's got autism and a lot in between. So I always think it's a very good sort of case study to discuss the villain of Bachelor Nation known as Demi. And if we remember, we had the, who was the other, Corinne. Remember old Corinne down there? The old entitled, kid of a CEO, Corinne, was saying, oh, Demi, she's just trying to be like me. I think at this point we say Demi is her unique own self. She's proven that. And we're going to give her a little bit of space to own up to what she's doing. And let's discuss it. All right, here we are. Hiring part-time assistant local to Studio City, California. Job responsibilities: provide emotional support through text, preferably available on call 24/7. Coordinate with other assistant on all important deadlines, needs, and collaborations. Attend occasional events. Occasionally run miscellaneous errands and provide transportation to and from places. Please have a car. Occasionally perform household duties such as cleaning apartment, kitchen, cleanliness, laundry, grocery shopping, organization of clothing and items. Occasionally provide pet maintenance such as walking dog, changing litter box, scheduling vet visits, coordinating with other assistants on to-do lists, social media content, etc. Required: supportive attitude with thick skin who will not take emotional outbursts personally and be understanding. Must be productive, take initiative, and use time wisely. Must be willing to aid in implementing better routines and strategies that will sustain long-term positive habits. Needs a great sense of humor, willingness to adapt, ability to care, and build trust. A great fit for someone who is looking for extra income and loves and does not need set hours. Email your resume to demiassistantapp@gmail.com. I think one of our members of our community should be her assistant. We need to get boots on the ground. Does anyone want to be her assistant? Now, look, I have to say, I'm like trigger warning, I should have said beforehand, the the corporate way of talking is very present here. Coordinate with others. Occasionally do this, occasionally do that. Must, required, productive, needs a great, I get it. There's no way Demi wrote this. I'm sure she had a meeting with her team and they came up with something and this is how it came out. And, whenever anyone in Bachelor Nation is looking for an assistant or to hire somebody, of course it's going to be scrutinized because we look at them as like, oh, they've got it all made. They've got 1 million followers. They're killing it. They're looking for X, Y, and Z. Well, here's Demi's first response. Talk about a mood today. And then I'm going to share what she actually said right here. Let's hold off 1 second on that. But first, here's what some of the comments were on Reddit. The posting makes it seem like she's looking for a therapist, not an assistant. Must provide emotional support. She's looking for a best friend, housekeeper, therapist, rolled into one. Not take emotional outbursts personally. Would have me running for the hills. That just sounds like applying to be a punching bag. Part-time, but available on call 24/7. A massive red flag for any job, especially because she can text you 24/7. Like this is some Miranda Priestley stuff right here. Let me bully you because I can't regulate my emotions. Now, brutal internet doing its thing, of course. But at the same time, if you were to, again, yeah, so clearly this is asking for a lot. And it doesn't say how much it pays. If this paid a certain amount of money, there's a price for everything. Obviously, there are laws regarding how much you can work. I don't think you can technically be on call 24/7. But imagine if you take a job as an assistant and then she's like, could you change the litter box? And you're like, that wasn't part of the job description. Well, Demi's like, actually, it's all. She like rolls out a scroll. Hear ye, Demi's job description, thus be required to change litter. These are pretty typical things, for the most part, you would see in the job of an assistant. You're taking bandwidth and energy off of what the star's main gig is. Now, Demi's the star here. She's the brand. I don't know how much she makes, but she is a brand. She is the star. If she doesn't have time to be running around coordinating, kitty litter pickup, that's the assistant's job. You can probably learn a lot from this. Now, the bigger problem here is probably the emotional labor that Demi's asking for people to partake in. I will say, everything Demi's asking for is probably what an assistant would end up doing anyway. It's probably just the communication of that up front that could come off a certain way. Well, everyone has a different roadmap and blueprint for how their brain works. This could have been seen as Demi saying, hey, I want them to fully know how tough this job could be, what to expect, and I want the right people to apply. I know personally, I don't have an assistant. I'd have a hard, and I probably could use one. Trust me, I'm all over the map. I got a ton of content. There will come a time and place, like I've considered, will an assistant take some of the lower level work off of what I need to be doing so I can focus on making more content, which in turn would pay for the assistant and also bring, there's a cap to everything. So if Demi can't get all the work done she needs to get done and she's got a good cash flow coming in, Demi, keep hiring assistants. I'm all about it. Me personally, if I hire someone, now I actually don't need what Demi needs. Demi needs emotional support and a team around her. That would actually bother me. Then I would be worried about are you hungry? I'd be performing for the assistant, not actually getting my work done. But, you see huge media people like Joe Rogan has a team of 1 or 2 people. And then you got some people that need 10 people around them. Not saying Demi's in that camp, but we're all different. And anyway, let's just listen to her response here.
The joke is on me today. And I hate it. Because it's fucking ableist. Because I did not mean for it to be something.
How funny is that bleep button? It never captures the actual swear. Now, I had to look up ableism because I hear this term all the time and I still don't get it. Discrimination in favor of able-bodied people. We were fed up with the ableism of the women's movement. I still don't exactly know what she means by calling this ableist. I think she's saying that everyone making fun of her is making fun of her from a place where they aren't autistic. I think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm trying to understand what that means, and they need to sort of have grace for a unique way in which she functions.
Something bad and awful and up and shady. I would never do that. Do you really think that I'm some kind of monster that would make somebody work an impossible, difficult, horrible job?
No.
Oh my God, no. Obviously, I just messed up. And obviously, I just look stupid and everyone's having fun taking advantage of the opportunity to make me look like an idiot. And
no, so when I did Demi's podcast, there was a moment, I don't feel like I'm oversharing here, I think Demi would agree. There was a moment where there was, and this happened off air, where there was a little bit of controversy happening around their team. Nothing to blame anyone or anything like that, but there was, I got to just sit back and watch something happen. And I can totally understand that. I'm sure Demi's people that work for her know how she is and don't take things personally and are able to work with her sort of way she processes things. So I completely agree with Demi that I don't think she's got an ounce of malicious energy in her body from what I could see. Now people might go, oh, are you kidding me, this and that? But listen, I'm just saying, in these several hours that I spent kind of in their little community, I didn't see that whatsoever. But that doesn't mean anyone should be a punching bag for someone else. But again, I didn't see anybody being a punching bag for Demi. If Demi were a chef, let's just take a different employment. If she was a chef who's Michelin rated, amazing chef, but at the same time isn't good with remembering where her knives are and has misplaces things and every once in a while spills a pan of hot grease, I would think her sous chef and the other people around her would do what they can to help keep Demi, the chef, in the right direction to keep sharing her gift. when we see this as an influencer, I don't think most people take influencing very seriously, although I think they should. I think Demi's clearly got a brand and something to offer this world. So I look at it as her wanting people that understand the specific tools needed to keep her gears running in the right direction.
And feel stupid and rejected and all these things. Like, obviously, I'm not trying to be an evil boss here. Like, obviously, I just need help. And, like, I really messed up on a lot of the wording. I guess, like, it's 2 different jobs. Like, oh, it's not that much work. It's not that bad. It says occasionally all through there because I will be doing it, too, with them. I just need help doing it. Oh, my God. And really, when I say that you need thick skin, it's because I need you to be able to handle being talked to, like in the last video, like maybe not even talk to, like I could be talking at the air, but I'm talking direct like that and like louder and not using any people pleasing. So it's not ladylike and it's not normal for a woman to be talking like that, and so it can put people off and scare them. I'm not mad at them for being scared. I get it. That's pretty intense. So that's why I'm saying, like, hey, this isn't a behavioral thing when I'm talking like that. Like in the last video, that's like exactly the state that I'm in and how I'm speaking. And whenever I was panicking, I was having panic attack during that video. There's panic. That's not behavioral. It's a nervous system. It's nervous system disability. What can we do? We can get me out of it. We can't stop it. We can't fix it. We can get me out with humor.
Boom. Hey, I like it. I like it. Now, again, I'm not saying that this initial thing hit the nail on the head, but we judge her, but we know her, and we know what she's working with, and we know what she's doing out there. So anyway, not that anybody asked my opinion. By the way, I know other people, and maybe I'll share this with you guys someday. I know other people that were assistants that worked on production teams with other members of Bachelor Nation, things I have never once mentioned. Word gets out when somebody is a horrible boss, and I've got the tea, baby. Let's just say that, from people that you might think are straight and narrow, have it together, would be good to work for, and they were a monster. So sometimes it's a little bit better to know what somebody's like beforehand so you don't take things personally. And I'm not saying anyone, because listen, I've been an assistant type for other comedians. I've worked for other people in my industry before. And let me tell you something, it can be a very tough job when you're not pursuing your own goals and you're helping someone else facilitate theirs. But there's probably plenty of people that want to get into working in influencing and social media that would actually really thrive in a position like this, but not everybody, of course. Let me know what you guys think. Do me a favor, keep it kind in the comment sections, because there ain't no time here. There ain't no time here in the Bahamas for any BS. So let's not pretend like we've got it all together. But like they say in Cool Hand Luke, what we've got here is a failure to communicate. We didn't exactly have the best PR version of the job description, but I'm sure she's getting a ton of submissions. Will be interesting to see what she's actually paying. My guess is probably somewhere in the $20 an hour range. And maybe for some people fresh out of college or wanting to get into the industry, that's a good thing. Maybe for others, that's laughable. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I'll have more content coming your way. I'm promising my Patreon will have a video this afternoon of me touring where I am right now. So I'm going to show you guys my nice little, we have a first level a hotel room that walks out to a private cabana that walks right out to the beach. It's fantastic. I'm going to share that with you guys on Patreon, patreon.com/Dave Neal, and I'll be back on Monday to have a full day's worth of content, pre-episode live stream, post-episode live stream, East Coast, West Coast. I am getting rested and reassured that we are going to hit this summer running. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.